I am very troubled right now, as I just found out that a fan of mine and a patron of mine for the last 6 months, somebody who I had been talking to on a personal level, somebody who had been in my Discord, someone who had paid me money to have a Skype conversation through my Patreon, killed herself. She killed herself on November 16th of this year. And I have her Facebook message up right now, the last thing she said to me, and she said, "Hey, are you busy? Are you around November 7th at 4:04 p.m.? And I didn't respond. I saw it, but I didn't respond. And I know I shouldn't feel the way that I do, but I can't help but feel in a way subconsciously responsible, or that I could have done something to stop her from doing that. We had countless discussions over Skype of her anxiety, with the struggle that she went through with abuse, with trying to obtain her kids, because there was a legal battle between, I guess, a boyfriend of hers who was really abusive. Supposedly one of her kids was sexually abused along with her. We had some very big, I guess you could say, meaningful conversations over Skype. She primarily made the goal to Skype with me and pay me to Skype with her because she wanted somebody to vent to. She wanted somebody who she could talk to about her issues. And I didn't respond to her last message, and she's dead now. And yes, I feel partially guilty. Guilty because I think that I could have stopped her from doing that. I've never talked to somebody and then they're gone the very next week. And I had no idea up until this point, because I hadn't heard from her. I just figured that she was busy. I just want to say that if you are struggling in any way, reach out to people. Probably not me. I may not be the best person to reach out to, obviously, because she's dead now, and I didn't respond to her message. So you can get through anything. You can get through anything. To put it in perspective, I've made videos about this before. I was sexually abused. I went through self-harm. I attempted to commit suicide. This was all back 14, 15, so this was over 10 years ago. And here I am today. Seek help. Reach out to people. Do not repress your struggles. Do not repress your struggles, because that will make your struggles, will amplify them. Will make them worse. Depression is a silent killer. We don't know what's going on in here. And sometimes it takes us by surprise. And it's really important that when that does take us by surprise, we have people who are there to support you, who you can talk to about these issues. I would say talk to a professional, but due to the fact that I had this conversation with her, and she didn't have the money to afford, medication, because she had no medical insurance. I'm in the same boat. I don't have medical insurance. Medication is extremely expensive, and seeing a therapist or psychologist, again, is extremely expensive. I do definitely feel like there is a need for more mental health support that doesn't break our wallets. If I can get through what I've gone through, you can get through what you're going through right now. I promise you that. And I guess what's even harder to accept the fact that she's dead is that she left her kids behind. And although I never met them, I never talked to her kids or anything like that, the fact is that they now no longer have a mother. One of the biggest things I hate about being on YouTube is the fact that I try to, and I know I shouldn't do this, but I've done it with patrons, I've done it with fans. When they vent to me their problems, I tend to try, I don't want to say take them under my arm, but I take a lot of their problems and I put it on my own shoulders. And I try to help them, and I try to talk to them as much as I possibly can. But due to the fact that I get such a large amount of people always trying to contact me through email and, you know, tell me their stories, I can't respond to everybody. And, you know, I didn't respond to Arlene here. And I feel like I failed in a way because I didn't respond and now she's dead. Like, I'm one person. I can't respond to how many emails that I get on a day-to-day basis. It's just impossible. I get thousands of comments on, I have 1,400, like, I just can't do it. And I hate that about myself, and it's a flaw, it's a character flaw of me taking the responsibility of other people's problems and trying to walk them through and help them. Because obviously I need to be focusing more on myself and my own mental health, rather than taking the problems of other people. It's a bad character flaw that I have, and it's something that I need work on. And if you never work on yourself, if you never give yourself your own individual attention for the struggles you're going through, you're gonna be pretty miserable. I am trying very hard not to cry. I shouldn't even be asking the what if. What if I responded to her? What if I said something that could have changed her mind? I just have a lot of emotions right now to the fact that I had a personal connection to this person. We talked. I tried to give her as much support and a listening ear as possible, and at the end of the day, she still ended up making a choice to take her own life. And I know I shouldn't feel responsible. I know that. But I can't get this thought out of my head. What if I responded? So I don't even know what the point of this video is, other than the main point that I want to make is, please do not take your life. If you're struggling with anything, reach out to people, reach out to everybody you can possibly. Do not repress yourself, because that's what religion did for me, among many other things, is I felt repressed all throughout my life up until I moved out on my own, and I don't want... Repression is depression, okay? Repression can cause depression, and depression can take your life. Honestly, as cheesy as this sounds, when I am down in the dumps and I'm struggling with my mental health, I look to my dogs. Because they're the only thing that I mean this, currently in my life, it's like, it would have to be my mom and my dogs and my dad have really been the motivation, the incentive when I've been suicidal in the past, that has kept me from not doing anything harmful to myself. If you're depressed, get an animal. Honestly, it's one of the best culprits. Best fixer-upper is a pet. A rabbit, a rat, a snail. And I used to call snails growing up Jamie. Every snail I'd get, I call it Jamie the snail. I love... Get something. Do whatever you gotta do to help yourself. Give yourself attention. Don't do what I've been doing and take the responsibility of other people's problems on your own shoulders. Because that will tear you down way faster than you expect. Don't give up. Life is a everlasting battle. It is. Don't give up.